Well, I know that I said that I was going to not keep constantly restarting the game over and over to try to get all the runes at once, but then I forgot that I don't actually get... Oh, right. Yeah, I beat the game. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that I don't actually get the ability to switch up my cell count until, what, the third time I die? Fourth time? Something like that. I don't know either, Dead Cells guy, and I don't think we're going to find out anytime soon. Those secrets are held with the developer, at least for the time being. Kind of confusing. Never really understood exactly what... I mean, it's some sort of crazy time loop or whatever. I tried to jump on the wall there again. Some sort of crazy time loop or whatever, but I'm not quite sure the nature of it, or why, or how. I would like to say that, in general, things are fairly well explained in Dead Cells Land. Or at least you can figure it out without too much difficulty, but that one, can't quite say. And it's already been like 5 to 6 times that I tried to climb on the wall and the video's not even started. Anyway, I do think that what I'm going to do this time is get up into the sewers and then pretty much immediately... I want both of these. But get up into the sewers and then restart the run here. Just so that I can get into one cell mode. Start getting a decent amount of cells getting on here. And then have the potential of already getting to 2-cell mode. That's what I would like. I'm not going to go full Iron Man type of run, which I have had people propose before, and I think is a neat idea. You know, you start up a new game, start at 0 cells, and try to get all the way up to beating 4 cells without ever dying. Only beating the Hand of the King can you finish a run. Otherwise, you fail. It's a neat idea. I also think that, oh god, with the way that things are right now, it would just be too difficult. I mean, as much as I am making progress in 4-cell mode right now, third phase of the Hand of the King, that's the current thing to beat, which is to say beating the game. It's not likely. It just ain't gonna happen. Oh, sure. Fine. It's still 0-cell. Fortunately, lost my use primary weapon prompt there, which I was trying to do a full primary weapon prompt run. It's not a big deal. Rather have the stats. Always rather have the stats. And yes, how much did I need? Like 6,000 to get the Assassin's Dagger. As much as I think I've cooled, or 3,000. As much as I think I cooled off on how good the Assassin's Dagger is early game, it still is a better weapon than the rusty butter knife that I'm using right now. Can do something. Now, the mycologist laboratory. Give me an item. But not super powerful. No, you need the super powerful grenade to have that be the case. Worth it versus the ice grenade. I mean, the only plan here is to beat an elite. And with the ability to have him stunned for a pretty substantial amount of time with my KO shield. I mean, slashers are irritating, but they're generally not too dangerous if you're just trying to parry them. They're not dangerous enough to kill me, let's just say that. I should be okay. And aside from that, unless I was getting into the Ancient Sewers, which that contains the Alchemic Carbine, which I was thinking about it versus the last video, that is #1 weapon to get. I've been getting so much usage out of that. That run that I was talking about where I got somewhere in 4-cell mode, that was all thanks to a starting version of the Alchemic Carbine. Didn't even upgrade it. I mean, I couldn't. I didn't have the money throughout the entire run. And it was able to get me that far. I mean, yes, there might have been other things that I got during the course of that run, but that was probably the main one. Sure. Not like I'm going to be, not like I'm going to be getting anything else on, because I'm making a beeline right for the old, right for the rune, and then getting right out of here. Past that point, then it's ossuary, and maybe on multiple cell mode? I don't know. Oh, skipping past stuff. Still waiting for him to become a mini boss or something. I mean, judging by his hands, he's just a shopkeeper. And I don't think that each one of the shopkeepers is the same guy that you encounter. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. I might not be the only person wandering around the island at this point. It seems like each one of the zombies tends to stick to a specific area. Each one, like enemy type, you know, like the zombies here or the ugly worms, sticks to specific areas, but that doesn't mean that I guess they couldn't walk through the door. This isn't quite dungeon crawl stone soup levels of enemies following you from area to area, but doesn't mean that it couldn't be. Let's get down here. Sure, maybe if I find a shop, but I doubt I'm going to get too much use out of that. You tend not to get a whole lot of... tend not to get a whole lot of golden doors in this area anyway. Tend not to get a whole lot of golden doors throughout the course of the game, to be honest. It's mostly generates a shield when used. I mean, that's an upgrade. And I do have recycle. That was the first thing that I got. So it's gold either way. Also, I would fight an elite right now if they gave me the chance. But doesn't look like that's good. Hey, here we are. Let's do it. I'll put my money where my mouth is and all that. Whatever, it just takes so little. I mean, the entire point of those things is not to deal damage to you, it's to deal malaise to you when you're on 4-cell mode. And that's it. That's the entire point of those, of some of those irritating modifiers, I think. Oh, that's not bad at all. Use that. The fact that I got the plus 15% health restored there is the thing that made it actually valuable. Because otherwise, maybe a small amount of invincibility used for the upcoming fight here, the upcoming little mini-boss bout that I got going on. But that's the only reason I would take that at all. Ha! Let's go. Forgot that you do, in fact, unlock that immediately as you finish the game. It's a pretty good weapon, and I think that with the upcoming elite going to be summoning a bunch of little enemies on top of the fight itself, this will not be a bad weapon at all. You attack a whole lot of enemies when it comes to your bog standard elite fight, so getting the critical is not difficult. War Spear, also equally good for that sort of thing, but oh, we got a time till I get to that. Requires the wall climbing amulet. And even then, there's not that much use as far as going into the prison depths goes. More brutality. I guess I could have gone for survival right now, and with the... I mean, if I knew that I was going to be getting this weapon, I probably would have gone for survival, and then I would have also gotten a good amount of benefit for my wolf trap, but no such luck. Anything else of interest? Nah. Greed Shield, as nice as that is, I'm really going to be using the Cudgel just to have massive stun at the start, and then just catch him in the bear trap and leave it at that. That'll be pretty much all I need to do. I also got this as well, which I should be using a little bit if given the chance. Had to time the way I said that for each one of the hits from the Symmetrical Lance, you understand? Ah, here we are. Oh no, that's going to be where you come out of the area? No, I guess not. I mean, it's generally pretty obvious where you fight the next little mini-boss, but I am not seeing it here. What's the actual damage I'm getting right now? 256. It's 0-cell mode, so I don't know if that's good or bad or anything. Oh, I'm missing a scroll there. I mean, it's right there, right for the take. And well, judging by the amount of damage I'm doing to these enemies, I'd like to say that it's pretty good. Oh, I'm at full health. Cool. Don't even need to worry about this stuff then. Yeah. This'll be a nice, quick little mini run, and then we'll do a run proper. No promises on if I'm going to beat this one, the upcoming one, but this one should be successful in my goals here. Oh, come on, my dude. You already beat the Hand of the King. You have his weapon right now. You'll be fine. Let's do it. Got critical, and we're already done. Good combination. Yeah, still really disappointed that... Well, what do I even need? I don't even think I need to do anything else here. I'll see the last little bit of the cutscene, but that should do it for at least this run. Let's see if the one cell one is going to go anywhere here. That Hand of the King fight was pretty hard, but I also had a very apparently suboptimal build last time, so yeah, we'll see. I don't even know how to do that. I absorbed it into my being. I guess that sort of threatening is why he got put in there in the first place. Alright, then. Let's restart this up. There's no real point in beating the Hand of the King a second time, after all. I guess I could beat the Conjunct... No, I couldn't, because I'd have to go to the ramparts, so... I want to do that, but I don't. But I do want to go over here and get my blueprint. Let's do this. There's this engagement, which I'm not going to be able to get until I get wall climbing. Yeah. It looks fine. Not really. I haven't really upgraded too much of anything so far. Yeah, that line about all the others. It's like, I guess all of the other headless main character dudes that have been coming through here. I mean, you see them all in Gion's place. Get your cutscene as well, why not? Do you now? Sure do. No deaths, but only finished one game, 33%. Could have done more than that, I guess, but I don't need to. There is no gain for that. I mean, just getting an extra blueprint from the incomplete one, getting an extra blueprint from the timekeeper. Those are the only things that I could even really want to go for right now. Ooh, would you be a fun item to do a run with? Potentially. I do think that this is about the time where I might want to start making the turn from tactics into making the turn from brutality into using tactics more. If you can out-damage everything, then you don't even need to worry about health. As always, there's not exactly a whole lot of choices that I have for skills right now, so this will be fine. Sure, why not? And I didn't even check, but I might be able to start doing custom mode right now, if I so chose. I don't know if you need to only beat the game once, but if I was to guess, that would probably be what I'd say for the unlock ability. Well, I suppose I can go check that right now. I mean, restart the run. Yeah, no, custom mode's right here. Equipment. Oh, look at all them big old red locks. Alright, well, I'm not giving up on my run just yet, but yeah, you can already change this up easily. Also, look at the symmetrical lens. Another little... Well, actually, look at all of the items up here. Another little graphical glitch going on. Like last time. Alright, let's just do a vanilla run this time, and then we'll start maybe customizing some of these runs. I've mostly been sticking to vanilla runs thus far, because I do think that that's the true test of how well you can play the game, or whatever. I don't know. But, custom runs will definitely not be something that I'll be avoiding either. What a terrible tragedy that I've seen many a time. Doop and doop. Alright, do I want to go into the sewers? I think I am missing a stat. No, I've got everything. No, then I'm out of here. Forget this. Still never get any closure for that character. I guess she's just supposed to be somebody who's tomb raiding, as her name would imply. Sure, why not? And that's about it. There's definitely a lot of treasures to be had on this island right now. But it's obviously also very dangerous. I mean, dying in the first area? Come on. Come on. Certainly you can do better than that. That's a thing the knight used to say. That probably made absolutely no sense unless you know that. Sure. And 9,800, that ain't gonna happen. However, it is going to be better than the other thing that I'm using right now, so let's use that instead. You too. There's one mutation that I'm probably gonna get more usage out of it than anything else. It's going to be extra ammo right now. It's valuable. Oh yes, of course I need to go into the promenade because I need to go to the ossuary. That was one of the entire things that I'm thinking here. Finally, slowly unlocking my favorite route to go through the game. The one that you've probably seen more times than you would ever wish to in your entire lifetime. Yeah, well, I'm the one that has to experience it, and I love it. That's why I keep doing it. You don't have to worry about flying enemies or cannibals at later levels when you're in the ossuary. It's just a nice place to go to. As the loading tip says, one of the most dangerous places on the island or one of the safest. I say it's one of the safest, no question. Tonic could be alright, just, it's not good enough. I need to be better than that. I'm not just taking every single item because I can, after all. I need to get stuff that will do me good. There we go. Triple notched bow. Haven't really used it too much, but sure. Haven't really used it too much, but it does seem like it could be a pretty decent weapon. I mean, much like the, slightly worse version of the heavy crossbow. Just because you can do things, the multiple hits means that you can do things like bypass boss damage caps, which can be irritating on higher levels. Oh, electric whip. As much as I would like to rock onto that avenue, it's not too much better than what I'm working with right now. Which could honestly be a survival run if I so chose. Not really too possible right now because I've committed so hard into tactics, but it's something to think about for the future. Let's just say that. Ooh, free necklace. I mean, grave robbing, but it's still free. Much like real grave robbing. Don't actually rob graves, kids. I'm just telling you right now, it's not worth it, and you're more than likely to get diseased. Not that I would know anything about it. No, but really, I don't. Oh, right, I still don't have the Ares rune. I gotta go grab that soon. All right. Yo, did something drop? I thought I saw something drop. There was a big flash there. No such luck. Boy, am I going to get killed real quick if I don't take at least 1 point in survival or brutality soon. 300 health, living on borrowed time, living on a prayer here. Ah, that's what dropped. There we go. I mean, I kind of question how much use I'm going to get out of it, but hey, free blueprint, I guess. Well, to be fair, it is much better these days. It's kind of good now. I mean, certainly now that you do hitting enemies off of ledges to let gravity do work is a very effective strategy. Wave of Denial has definitely taken on a lot of... Oh, interesting. Also, give me this. But also interesting. Multiple Nox bows, 24, 51, 70 DPS. Yeah, but, you know, also what I can do is maybe just do a little bit more double tapping, I'm just saying. Activate the D-pad to move around. Why would you ever want to use the... Why would you ever want to use the inaccurate joystick? You do stuff like this. Accidentally fall down vines all the time. You only use the D-pad to move around. It's a 2D game. You're not moving in 3 dimensions. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? Ice Shard is pretty good now, isn't it? And besides, I can unlock just about anything that I want right now due to, well, the custom mode. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah, custom mode, I mean, I can pretty much do whatever I want. And then undo it later. There is no more permanency in the game. And as far as I know, I don't think that actually locks you out from anything. It's just a different way of playing the game. All wrapped up in a... all explained well by that very terrible title, continuing the tradition of every update in Dead Cells having a terrible title. Well, aside from, what, the Brutal update and the Elemental update. Those were just normal, nice titles that weren't terrible. Let's continue. Oh, cool. Probably what should have been like the first blueprint that you get in the entire game. Took long enough. Alright, Ares Rune I have to get. And I guess Prolonged Healing. Prolonged Healing is one of those things that I should be checking out a little bit more. It's probably got some good stuff going on with it, but I haven't really been doing too much using it. I mean, mostly because, yeah, you don't really get too much chance to be able to by the time you get to higher cell difficulty. Also, wow, that was a lot of damage. I didn't want to say anything, but the game's forcing my hand. Sure. Come on, I already know that Wolf Trap is not going to be doing me any good for the upcoming fights, so I'll do this instead. Alright. Once again, gravity doing the heavy lifting here. I mean, it's not great damage, but I also only have 5 tactics, which is probably not doing me a whole lot of favors at this point in time. Being down in here, though, should do me some more good. Also, I do need to remember that I do have this. Homunculus Rune continues to be a thing. And, oh, it's no longer prolonged healing. It's extended healing, which makes it sound like it lasts longer, but it doesn't. I mean, it just takes longer to be used. Hello? I'm going to wait to do this until a little bit later, just on the off chance that I might be able to get a couple more stats from one thing or another. Still only working with 1 brutality and one brutality and and two survival. Cool. Oh, right, he won't teleport after me. That's a thing. That's a thing that doesn't exist in this Try to wall climb. Put it on the counter. Yeah, it's still a thing that I can't do right now. Oh, it's so helpful for just basic movement around. Definitely wall climbing my favorite rune in the entire game. All time great, that wall climbing. Yes, having some forge upgrades, I think, is kind of supposed to be how you go about doing one cell mode, which is why I'm taking so much damage, but also because, you know, the game is completely out of whack with how much damage enemies deal at different points in time. Where Stilt Village, you get through trivially, and then the second that you get into the castle, everything takes 50 million hits to kill. I'm still mad about that. It's true, you got me. Let's continue. Ah! Yeah, put it up on the board. least I'm still getting a decent amount of health from tactics right now. I do like that change to health, but I mean, I would have liked that 12k. I might be able to do that. But I would have also liked that change even prior to the 1.1 update and how they changed with the scaling and everything. I just think getting more health is better. Of course, I also just think getting more advantages in the game is better, so there might be some bias. Almost took out that Lacerator. So close. I am clearly going to need... Hello! Oh, no, that's just Cluster Grenade. I was hoping that was going to be Heavy Turret, because that would have been amazing. Heavy Turret is great. It is top tier right now. Not literally, because I don't make tiers, and I don't want... I don't make tiers. That's... I put people in tiers. That's what I do. Now, that's one of those things where it's just like, I'm not qualified to say anything. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm going to grab this instead. But I'm not qualified to say this. I don't care how long I've been playing the game. To actually make some sort of chart like that is just asking for trouble. And then before you know it, you're starring in a movie with Dan Aykroyd. But I mean, granted, did have the Digital Underground song, all the same song, but was it really worth it? I say no. I love you, Shock G. You are a musical genius, but that music video wasn't worth the effort. Take out these guys. Slimeling could get me a torch, which even as much as fire has been nerfed right now, it would be a pretty good pickup. Also got to remember that there is a secret area coming up here. Okay. I'm going to take it just because the freezing is going to be more useful. Also, it scales with tactics, and that's going to... Infantry Grenade seems to be pretty good. I know it's pretty good. I've heard from a lot of people that it's pretty good. But I need to have a run where it's actually usable before I use it. A tautology, perhaps. But that's the sort of thing that you expect when you come here. Cool. Crusher's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of questionable because you need to, like, kite enemies into it, around it, and everything. So it can sometimes be a little bit rough to actually get working. But once you do get it working, it does a lot of damage. And a lot of damage is something... Okay, cool. Blood shield. Bloodthirsty shield, I guess it's called now. Which I'm pretty sure that's a name that's been around for a while, but I can't say for certain. I'm kind of surprised that I still haven't found the rune yet. Oh, here it is. Let's go. Uh-oh. Ah, damn it. Got me there. I'm not surprised. I was kind of not really building up a whole lot of... Not really building up a whole lot of stats there, but that's still kind of frustrating. Alright, I'll skip right back to that point. Well, see how this one works. Yeah, right, into the freaking... Alright, I mean, this isn't really great as far as damage goes, but you know what? It's enough. There we are. That's all you really need, after all. Enough CC to be able to kill bosses in some ways. Damage can be secondary sometimes, except they really have changed it how that works a whole lot, so... Maybe not as accurate as I just said. Maybe I shouldn't have said it with as much confidence as I said it. But hey, what do you want from me? I already did it. Wasn't even sure that I was going to actually do that battle, but turned out okay anyway. Truly, there's a lesson in there somewhere, but I have no idea what it is. Right, get out of here, Wolf Trap. I don't really need 2 of them. I just happen to be that was the only thing that was worth taking. So I just set them down, let enemies get killed by elevators most of the time. Which don't let anybody ever tell you that... right through there. Which don't let anybody ever tell you that killing enemies with elevators is not a worthwhile endeavor, because it absolutely is. Those elevators do a lot of damage. And that's why I use them as much as I can. To kill elites in 4-cell mode mostly, but hey, it is good at doing that. Well, okay, it's okay at doing that. I wouldn't even go so far to say that it's good. Sure. I mean, it's better than that. Hey, it was one of my greatest regrets here was not taking that when I had the chance. Or was not keeping it in that last run. I wouldn't really say taking it because I had it in my possession. I should remember that these enemies can't actually teleport to me right now because that is the only reason why I wasn't really doing anything with them. Oh, great. And I guess I'm going to have to go elsewhere to get rid of this curse then. Because that shocker's way too close and I'm not going to be able to kill it fast enough before it kills me. Stupid curses. That's kind of how it goes sometimes, though. And unfortunately didn't quite have the bounty of blueprints that I did last time, which is too bad, but also kind of to be expected. I was doing pretty good blueprint-wise there. That said, I'm not too worried about like not having them in the future or anything. The second that I get the Hunter's Grenade is the same second that all the blueprints are basically open to me at that point. There were none of them there that I got that were so rare that it's like it would have been a huge game changer to have gotten them. That's why Cudgel's good. You do, in fact, have to hit the parry, though. If you don't hit the parry, that might kill you. But, I mean, that's shields also. Not even in a single combo can you kill those things. Yeah, we're in 1-cell mode. Things are starting to get rough. And not just because, you know, I got the blood vignetting and have no potion charges right now. I mean, that's you know, aside from the issues right now. That's the least of my worries. That's not true at all. It's still a pretty big worry. I'm worried about it. Also, I think that I might not have a heal coming into the next area, which is also a definite worry of mine. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive this next area. See, I knew it. I knew I couldn't do it. Knew I could not kill fast enough. Must kill fast and lightning too slow. That's right, the speed of light is too slow to take these guys down. That's the world we live in when it comes to Dead Cells these days. Oh, come on. It's a good thing it's got... I mean, it may have very much nerfed range compared to what it used to be. It's still good enough. I mean, it's enough range. Really, any range that you can hit them at, that's good range. Try to climb on the wall. What is the counter's got to be in at least the double digits at this point. All right. Well, this is not really where I want to be. Wait, was that a blueprint down there? No, it was just a bunch of enemies dying at once or something. Yeah, that could kill me if I get caught in a shocker's rhythm at this point in time. So, number one thing to avoid, certainly. All right, he's going to get caught in there, and I'm good. Boy, I sure hope that I have a potion heal after this. No chance. hits. That's what I got. Oak Dozbo? Sure. Broadsword could actually be pretty good, too. Slow and heavy. But slow and heavy wins the race, as they say. They don't? Nobody says that? Well, looks like I'm going to have to change this. Myself. You got to be the change you want to see, after all. Okay, well. Now I must beat this guy without taking damage. So, cool. Maybe should have thought this out a little bit better. Or maybe I thought this out exactly correctly. And this is actually the most brilliant. Yeah, I'm not really feeling too confident in that potential outcome, to say the least, though. It's not doing too bad for damage, though. Just gotta watch out for him throwing that down, and remember that it's gonna be a pretty minimal amount of time that he's gonna get caught in those wolf traps now. Should probably be enough time, though, that I can still, yeah, get away from him. Okay. Every single time I throw that infantry grenade, he's already in another phase. Alright. And okay. Every single time I throw that infantry grenade, he's already in the invincibility bubble. It's very frustrating. Oh. Well, one clip, that's apparently enough for me to survive, so that's fine. Any battle that you can walk away from is a good one, after all. Ah. Yep, jumped too early. Oh, well, whatever. That'll be enough for part 2 here. Got some progress made, some stuff done, but clearly I should be going into boss battles with more than no health at all.